we're going to talk about how to spin around the pole. Now, there's a million different variations of spins and a million different ways of doing this. However, when you break them down, it really comes down to the same fundamentals. And the most important part of any spin is going to be in the first half takeoff of the spin. What we do here will basically carry up throughout the whole rest of the spin. So we want to make sure we're doing this really correctly with the proper techniques, so we do it safely and efficiently. What we need to work on the mindset around is kind of the hardest thing initially, because we have to let go of controlling our spins. This is about letting go of control. We have to trust the pole to hold us. We have to trust the momentum. We have to trust our arms to hold us. But the more we can fall into a spin, the more we can let go of control, the easier, the more effortless it's going to see and feel, and it's going to give it the most momentum. So how do we do that? Let's go ahead and just start off by learning the fundamentals of a dip spin. Dip spin is the most fundamental movement, and once we have that down, all other spins are going to become easier. What I gotta do is make sure when I stand next to the pole, I'm going to have my right side next to the pole. I'm going to take those shoulders down and back. Now, it's my inside arm, so my right arm that comes up and grabs. Notice I'm not overreaching my shoulders. I'm not extending that shoulder to my ear. Always shoulders down, open chest. I'm going to wrap my fingers around the pole, and I'm going to make sure I glance up to my wrist, and it's a straight line from my knuckle to my wrist, to my elbow, to my shoulder, to my other shoulder. I don't want my wrist wrapping around or my shoulders rotating any which way. It's like I got a yardstick from my knuckle all the way across my chest. Ta-da! I'm going to shift my weight to the outside arm. Now this is a very important piece. I'm going to go up to my toes and shift my weight outside, so it becomes very dramatic, and I'm reaching. Okay. Meanwhile, my body is straight forward. I don't want to have saggy hips here, and I don't want to have collapsed shoulders. So shoulder down, squeeze the glutes, make sure you've got that nice straight elbow. Now something that I like to talk about is spins are like playing a game of tetherball. You think about tetherball, it's got the string and it's got the weight of the ball, okay? That heavy part of the ball is always the furthest point from the pole, right? So it's gonna be the same thing for us. I've got my top arm straight. You're never bending in the string. Never bending the elbow on any spin. It's gonna be straight elbow, shoulder held in, weight falling to the side. This weight for me is going to be through my chest, and it's going to be my booty. I want you to think about that as the tether ball right here. This has to be furthest away from the pole at all times. Okay, what's going to happen for my dip spin? My inside foot comes to the base, my outside leg comes back. I'm going to squeeze my butt cheek. Okay, I'm going to be on my tippy toe, and I got to take the heel forward. My foot is going to anticipate where I need to be. Okay, so I'm not going to have that foot forward because I need to go this way. So I'm actually going to start pivoting like I'm squishing out a cigarette with that foot. Heel comes forward. My outside arm for security is going to come across my chest here. Now keep in mind, this arm's job is not to pull you in. It's actually going to help serve as a buffer to keep space between you and the pole. And it's also a nice little security blanket too, because I have my weight falling out. So it's just going to keep my weight nice and balanced, nice open chest. We're ready to spin. From here, I'm going to lean my weight out to the side for the first half of the spin. Lean your weight, lean your weight, lean your weight. From here, I have to do something. So for my dip spin, I'm going to look to my inside leg. I'm going to bend that knee more, sit in a chair, bring my feet together, hips back, and then I bounce that first leg outer way. So how that looks with momentum, I'm going to have that first half of the pole, first half of that spin falling away from the pole as much as I can, leaning away, bending in the knees, sit in a chair, and replace the legs. Now, that same first half is going to be the same thing, whether it's a chair spin, fireman spin, sundial spin. I could go on, but you get the idea. Get used to falling away from the pole. Get used to sinking into, like you're sitting in a chair. You're not jumping into this. Okay, softness in the knees. On our tippy toes, we want this nice Barbie leg, right? Always on the tippy toes, always with the soft bend. Use those knees as your shock absorbers. Keep in mind that for all spin, momentum comes from distance. It does not come from speed. So take a deep breath and then exhale as you go into your spin. Taking your time to exhale away and literally feel yourself falling into whatever spin you're doing. So give those tips a try. Get those fundamentals down. They're worth it. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me.